the sales of firearms and ammunition are through the roof right now, and we just wanted to check in and see what the situation was down with one of the big sponsors of the Howie Carr show on the Cape, and they have a great gun range and a great shop, Cape Gunworks in Hyannis. And I specifically wanted to know about ammunition, because ammunition has been in short supply for quite some time now. But I think that the supply grows ever more stretched as time goes on. So we wanted to talk just about the whole situation with the gun industry with Toby from Cape Gunworks. Toby, what's going on? Is it how's business at Cape Gunworks in Hyannis?
Business has been brisk, Howie. Thanks for having me on. It's been very, very good, and I wish we could supply ammunition like we ought to be able to, like we always have been able to, but we're still having to limit the amount we can sell people, and also in some cases just save it for new firearms purchases, like with 9mm and 223 and stuff like that. But a birdie has told me that there is a drop about to land on us of ammunition. A Mercy shipment is coming in.
A Mercy shipment of ammo.
Yeah, it's a Mercy drop, of nothing like I used to get, but it's a trickle. It's a slow trickle these days. But when I get it, it goes quick. So even though we limit the amount of people can take, can purchase at one time, often it's 1 or 2 boxes of each caliber. And even though we do that, it still goes really fast. The last time we had 100,000 rounds, it lasted 4 days of 9mm. So
4 days.
Doesn't take long. Yeah, 4 days.
Wow. Can you save some for Taylor, by the way? Taylor's going to come in very shortly. If you can save something for him, he would appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, Taylor, we'll hook you up with the Howie Carr special, that's for sure.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
It's like I'm headed to the Cape.
So yeah, we got some coming in, which is great, because half my day lately has been just hammering the phones trying to get it from every person on earth I know that can possibly supply it. Is
less ammo being made, or is it just the demand is outstripping the supply?
Well, the problem originally occurred when a lot of the factories were shut down due to COVID, and so the problem was demand went through the roof, and then the supply stopped, and then the supply chain was broken. And so now they're like about a year behind. So just from that short, I say short shutdown, a lot of Europe is still shut down or still working on limited capacity. And a lot of the primers and the powders and whatnot are made all over the world. And they're hard, it's hard to keep up. And now we have 9 million new gun owners in America that have to get ammo and practice and training and whatnot. So yeah, demand is through the roof. We had the perfect storm of an election year. We had, prisoners being let out of jail and, riots and burning and everything else. So people are realizing, hey, wait a minute, owning a gun isn't such a bad idea after all. So
what are the new gun owners, Toby, when the new gun owners come in to Cape Gunworks, what do they say to you? Why did they purchase a firearm? As if I didn't know.
Well, a lot of them were like, I never had any desire whatsoever to own a gun until I realized how fragile, things are. And not to fan the flames of panic, but we've always said, hey, when seconds matter, police are often minutes away, and our police do a phenomenal job. But frankly, no one's coming to save you. So it's incumbent upon ourselves to take responsibility for our own safety and, get the training necessary to be proficient with the gun if we're going to use that for self-defense. There's a lot of other things we can do, but at the end of the day, you got someone standing in your living room wanting to kill you. The gun is the most efficient method for people of all shapes and sizes. You know what I mean? So
are they buying different types of firearms than they used to? What would be are the top sellers today the same as they were, say, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I would say so. By far the most popular gun is a handgun, like a 9mm handgun, striker fired handgun. And then a close second is shotguns right now. A lot of people buying shotguns, which I will say shotgun purchases have probably tripled in the last year over year. A lot more people buying shotguns.
That's
And
what
then
Joe
a lot of
Biden
sporting
suggests,
firearms.
Toby, you know that. Joe
What's
Biden
that?
suggests a shotgun.
Yep, the double barrel shotgun.
Right, or that's only if you can't get an AR-14, as he likes to say, an AR-14, not a 15, an AR-14. It's a special Joe Biden model, apparently.
That's right, exactly. And those modern sporting rifles, like the Joe Biden AR-14s, are selling very well right now.
What happens when Biden over the weekend, Toby, said, "I'm going to defeat the NRA"? I mean, that's kind of a chilling statement. I mean, he's not going to try to defeat the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, the NRA is just another lobbying group, ultimately, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, there's been a line of defense for decades. As far as if it wasn't for them, I shudder to think what the Second Amendment would actually look like in our country. And there's a lot of other great groups that are doing similar work. And if it wasn't for these groups, we might be down to Australian style gun control or something like that. But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting 4 years or 2 years anyway, for sure, and we'll see how things play out. But I hope they get some other hobby horse to ride on besides firearms. But
you mean scapegoat, not hobby horse.
Right, yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing, I guess.
Right.
When you get right down to it. So, are you guys recommend? I mean, with ammo in such short supply, are you recommending that is it still a good idea to go out to the gun range? Just because I mean, it's fun to shoot a firearm. It's not just practicing. It's enjoyable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are people doing less
absolutely.
of it?
And I highly recommend you get enough ammo, even if you got to do it over multiple purchases, to go out and shoot your gun a few times. Maybe more than ever now, take a private lesson so that those 50 or 100 rounds you're going to shoot end up, counting for something other than just putting holes in paper, and learn how to safely and efficiently fire your gun, whether or not that's in a private lesson or a group lesson, something like that. But make those rounds count now that you have such limited access to the amount of ammo that, at your disposal. And instead of just, ripping some rounds off downrange for the fun of it, although like you said, it's a lot of fun, but also time to make those rounds count and learn how to safely and efficiently use a gun so that you can, if you need to, you know what I mean? So
I've heard from people, they say it's, with COVID-19 and all, the town halls are still semi-shut down, and it's harder to go to a police station. Is it getting more and more difficult to get an LTC license to carry in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it's definitely becoming more and more difficult as more towns require live fire. So it used to be you just took a 4-hour class. Now some towns are saying you got to take the 4-hour class and make sure that you have live fire, with that class, because we're not going to accept it if you didn't do actual shooting of a gun. So they're doing that to slow the tide down because they're inundated with applications, and sometimes, they can't process them all. So they're saying, oh, give them one more hoop to jump through. And then other towns are just closing the doors altogether and not even accepting applications, which is, scary. But
yeah, which just forces people, people aren't going to stop getting guns. They're just going to have to go, like you say, through more hoops to get them.
Right. It's just taking longer and jumping through more hoops. Like Clarence Thomas said, it's the second class right of the Bill of Rights, guns. It's if you had to jump through all those hoops just to exercise First Amendment right, there would have been a revolution a long time ago. But that's, with guns, people think it's different. So there you have it.
All right. So if people want to find out more information about Cape Gun Works, where do they go, Toby?
So they can go to capegunworks.com. They can call us. They can follow our big tech social media pages, Facebook and Instagram and all the usual ones. Wow, we're still allowed to be on there. And they can tune into
Don't give them any ideas, Toby. Don't give him any
I know.
ideas.
I know. We'll keep that between us. How's that? So, and then they can also join us every Saturday night from 7 to 8 on WXTK 95.1, one of your affiliate stations down here on the Cape, from 7 to 8 p.m. It's rapid fire. So we're doing I want to be like Howie when I grow up. So I figure I might as well do it now. And we got a radio talk show relating to guns and firearms and laws and everything else, Second Amendment and freedom, and that's every Saturday great. From 7 to 8.
And you can hear that. And you can hear that.
To have you on the show sometime too, Howard.
That's good. I'd be glad to be on the show, Toby. And incidentally, you don't have to be on the Cape to listen to the show. Just get the iHeart app, and you can listen to it on WXTK. And so Taylor will be coming down. When are you coming down, Taylor, to pick up your ammo?
Probably Saturday. Do you guys allow infants in the store?
Of course. Actually, it was really funny. Today we had a girl pushing a baby carriage, carrying like her rifle case in her other hand as she's pushing around her baby carriage. And she goes, do people often push baby carriages and carry guns in there? I go, all the time. She goes, okay, good. I don't feel so bad.
Well, Harrison will be introduced to that world, sure.
All right. Okay,
great.
Toby.
That's exciting.
Okay, Toby, thanks for being with us, and keep that ammo coming in. Everybody, you can't go wrong selling ammo these days. Thanks for checking in with us. That's Toby from Cape Gunworks in Hyannis. It's a great place. I recently had a dental emergency last summer, and where did I go? Perfect Smiles. I've said this before, but was reminded of what a perfectionist Dr. Houghton is. He is a veneer engineer and a world-class dental artist. Being on TV, it's important that I look my best. Dr. Houghton did that for me, and he can do it for you too. We're in a climate right now where a lot of people don't want to go into the city anymore for any number of reasons. Perfect Smiles is conveniently located in Nashua, New Hampshire, right off the interstate highway. Parking is plentiful and free. I was impressed to see all the state-of-the-art safety protocols Dr. Houghton has taken since the virus. You'll feel safe and confident when you visit Perfect Smiles. And you won't believe it, but some of these protocols actually make going to the dentist and having your mouth worked on a more pleasant experience. I was amazed, but I was very happy to learn that. To see for yourself and get your perfect smile, call 1-844-A-PERFECT-SMILE or go to HowieCarrShow.com and click on the Perfect Smiles banner. You can also see my video at PerfectSmiles.com. Perfect Smiles. Change your smile, change your life. I'm Howie Carr.
You're listening to the Howie Carr Show.